When buying items in either line, always enter code Aceface in the Support a Creator tab. This will make it so 5% of the purchase will support me at no extra cost to you, so I appreciate it a lot. Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Here I am in the Paladin. You know what, I actually am still in the risky fit Paladin here, the one with very low buffer, good capacitor. Probably this fit could be improved further upon to make it a little bit more buffer worthy, but I decided to just keep going with this fit here. Not the best buffer, I know, gank magnet. I went instead to a little bit further system away from Jita, so minimizing the risk of us getting ganked. Obviously there's always a risk, but minimizing it. So a room of improvement could be, instead of capacitor control circuit tech 1, dual tech 2s could be an option, and then I could add more buffer modules here. To be honest, if I do get ganked, then I don't see myself surviving either way if I have a tanking module or not. So I think that's also a fair argument to say. If you just get, you could argue like, okay, what's the point of having tanking modules anyway, because if I'm gonna get ganked, I'm only gonna die. I think there's no chance of me surviving if I get ganked or not. So just, to me, I think this makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's Bastion up here. Makes a lot of sense until the day I do get ganked. Then I wish I would have done everything I could to minimize the risk of me dying there. Okay, let's wreck them here. Let's wreck this Oracle here. Oracles do the most amount of damage. These guys are brutal. Let's wreck this guy here. Ooh, ammo. There we go. Wreck them here. Just need to destroy everyone really quickly. Really quickly we need to destroy them. Destroy these guys here. It says hostiles remaining, but I think that we were discussing this before, that they just increase the amount of hostiles remaining you need to destroy, but it could perhaps be that you just need to destroy all of them, but the hostiles remaining is just how many there were in the grids, because I saw that the number increased as soon as more NPCs join the chat here or join the region. So this maybe just needs you to destroy a certain amount of waves. There we go. Pay attention to the past and maybe we can recognize it. Oh, there's another crusade over there. It's a bit annoying that they warp in and out, so you have to lock them all up brand new. Deactivate that bastion just in case. Good. Oh, we couldn't go there. Next one maybe 200k is pretty good bounty actually for just a frigate. Okay, I deactivated that Bastion cycle. I think another one would be worthwhile. And the tank is no problem. As long as we're able to fuel this tank, then just a single armor repair without any resist seems to be plenty with the Paladin. How much armor repair do we get a second? I'm just curious. 224. Whoa. Okay, that's good. Okay, activate the acceleration gate now. It's ready. Right, these guys. It's a pretty nice way to ISK this thing here, because Abyss is possible, Triglavian hunting is possible, but the Abyss, it's always a bit of a risk that you can die in the site, and then always a risk of a bit of a ganking outside. And then Triglavian hunting, it takes a long time to spool it up and to get a good ISK. But this is pretty quick. I think that this, even some, depending on the ISK you get from the Abyss, I'm not talking about T6, but T5 and T4, can sometimes get a bit more depending on the loot drops. I think it's also a bit more fun than the Abyss as well, because you're competing against other people. And then this also takes a lot less time to spool up and get everything going on than Triglavian hunting, because Triglavian hunting, you have to spend all that time destroying all the initial fleets and the wormhole to get the actual ISKs to come in. So this, I think, is a really good activity for Highsec. Just destroy these frigates. There we go. Good. Oh, and you know something I should have done? I should have bought Stasis Grappler, the Shadow Serpentis. That would have been good, so that we can get some extra grappling capabilities, because this one, I believe, is not as good when it comes to the range. Okay, effectiveness fall off is actually not that bad though. 10 kilometers. The Shadow Serpentis is 11 kilometers, so there's a very minimal difference. Shadow Serpentis 11, 87, and this was 86 and 12. So there's one whole extra kilometer with the domination. And that'll make a very big difference. Oof, do you see that? We destroyed that Oracle so quickly. I've not got any of these shortcuts because there is, in the beginning of these sites, a shortcut gate that you can take directly to this boss room. But you need a key to use that. And I've not received any of those shortcuts yet, but I do think you can get it as a loot drop from these sites. Go here. Okay, time to wreck this boss. Tetramon Battleship destroyed. That's the next challenge, that. Oh, we don't have a battleship. That's unfortunate. It might come later, because sometimes a few initial NPCs warp in and then the battleship comes. When he feels like it's ready. Or maybe not. This is 6 out of 12. Can imagine it requires a bit more warming up the boss room. Oof, one shot of that crucify, that's nice. There we go, now this one here. And now for this one, the Curse Oracle is... These cruisers are a lot easier, a lot bigger targets. You can hit them a lot better. I notice they like to keep outside my web range though, so I'm only able to use the Grappler with a little effect. But the Oracle is so big, so it doesn't matter. And this Omen wants to get really close and snuggly, that's good. Just one proper shot and this thing is just one shot. There's always grazing shots on these guys. There's even more room for improvement when it comes to the tracking. Hit shots makes so that you destroy them so quickly. So quickly. It might be an idea. Just remove all the tracking or most of the damage modules and just add tracking modules. The only issue is that it will be a bit of a problem when it comes to the boss. It will not be as good here. See what we get here. Ogre 1. In case you wanted to use some drones. Okay. But we've got quite a lot of war clone blanks now. Ooh, we've got a lot of sites in this system. That's good. Let's go for them. Crimson Gauntlet. Farming the Crimson Harvest sites is good. It doesn't seem like anyone's running them because there's no one nearby. Only miners. I can imagine the system is a bit of a calm system where miners feel comfortable mining here. Coveter. Now we don't have any shortcuts here. We don't? No, I don't see any shortcuts here. MWD away. Oh, we'll slow down quite drastically here with all the webs. Use all these massive guns we've got on them. Bastion up. I don't need to use the MWD anymore when you're bastioning. So much capacitor will be used then. Could be actually an idea to get an auto-targeting system. You just lock up everything straight away. One thing that's nice about having tracking modules or modules that buff your tracking that buff the turrets in themselves and not the webs that slow the speed of the enemies is that they sort of work all the time. These webs and grapplers, it takes time for them to sort of slow them. So that's why always initially, when you see when we're shooting this frigate here, nothing happens. Then after a bit of time goes by, then he's slowed down to significantly low speed, and that's when we start hitting these grazing shots. So that is a bit of time wasted. It is a bit of time wasted. So it could be an option to just buff the default tracking speed, but then the webs are just so more effective than the tracking computers when they actually do work. And that's why I prefer to use them if I am having a choice between computers and webs, unless I'm really far away and I can't use the web. But these guys like to be close. You can see here, they all want to be quite close here. We need to wait for that Bastion timer to end. It used to be that these kind of events, they never had warp scramblers or warp disruptors, but as of recent years, almost all these kind of events from CCP have had warp scramblers and warp disruptors just to make them more difficult. Otherwise, I remember you never even had to think about the warp scramblers or warp disruptors, because here, when it comes to gankers, it's not just about being able to be pre-aligned or easily able to warp out by aligning or having a ship that can align in a decent speed. It's also just you have to get rid of these warp scramblers here because they can really wreck you and prevent you from escaping, which was a thing of the past. It's not always been the case. I think 5-6 years ago was when they started introducing this kind of stuff. With all the Abyss stuff, that's when the CCP, I know, started to implement a lot of EWAR. A lot of EWAR was implemented then. There we go. And this one here. Oh, there's a lot of damage, incoming damage here. Good. And then this guy here. One shot, that's nice. Another benefit to being able to have modules that buff the tracking of your own guns instead of reducing their speed is that I can switch the groups, or I can split them up so that we can have different split targets. And that makes it that you don't always have to recycle or one-shot potential enemies like destroyers. Sometimes we're one-shotting them. Now we can sort of capitalize on it more and not waste a DPS. I think there's a lot of wasted DPS in other aspects rather than us one-shotting enemies. There's not a lot of enemies that we're actually one-shotting in this site. I wonder what's in here. We've got some wrecks that have got something in them. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Just metal scraps, okay, it's nothing really. The great thing about these buffed capacitor bit is that we can just keep using the armor repair for a long time. It'll take a long time until we have to stop using the armor repair to save capacitor. See here, 6 minutes. We can continuously go with the capacitor. The newts, to be honest, in the site are not so strong, but there are quite a few newts. So if you have got a ship that is having the capacitor quite low, there is a risk of you accidentally getting neuted out if you're not paying too much attention. That happened to me once in the beginning when I was doing these sites and I had a really low capacitor base fit. Harvest Divine now. I think this guy is going to be the last wave here, so I'm pausing my Bastion cycle there. Great. Okay, now it's available. The Bastion cycle still is taking a bit of time. Oh, the effect is still there. Let's go. Ooh, 13 million is tick, that's pretty decent. Let's lock up everything as quickly as we possibly can. Oh, we need to use our armor repair bit. Armor is dipping a little low. Blasting these guys to pieces, nice. Those big armor repair cycles are very satisfying to see. Soon the boss is going to come in. Now I've got this last wave here. Oh, I love that. Just instantly destroying these destroyers. Hit shots, it's nice to see. 4K when we get the proper damage going. Let's go. And these destroyers, one shot. Purifier gone. And then these corvettes. They're pretty nasty, these guys. They newt and warp scramble often and web and all the kinds of EWARs in the world. Because I remember when I was getting destroyed in terms of being able to escape, they were not able to let me go away. Because I remember when I was getting because I remember when I was worried that I was going to get ganked before. If you look at that previous Crimson Harvest video I made, where we saw a lot of catalysts on the D-scan, there was a ton of these corvettes, Blood Raider corvettes, and they weren't letting me get away. All of them warp scrambling me. Covered to porpoise. It's nice to mine. I would like to mine actually. It's quite relaxing. The thing is just it just gives so bad ISK, but it would seem quite relaxing to just sit there and mine a system that is a bit quiet. I would like that. The simple life, you know, the simple life. This is also a bit of the simple life compared to like nullsec. pull that in. Now we can wrap up the last bit. Missing a lot of drones. We lost tons of drones previously when we were fighting against the Crimson Harvest. Open this up. Not so much here. Blood radio. I thought maybe that was some kind of special faction, but then it's just ammo. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, let's see here. We've got another Crimson Gauntlet. Let's go. Or there's someone else here, the Drake Navy issue. Lock all these guys up, it'll be really easy to destroy them since they're long range. Let's see here, I might need to use Scorch actually because they won't have any range. Pause here. Let's destroy the frigates. Smallest to big. There we go. Let's destroy it. Destroy it. There we go. And then this one with the conflag. Now we can deactivate the Bastion because we know what's gonna happen after this one. The first room seems to have very few NPCs. There we go. Okay, let's use the MWD to get close to that gate. No overheating, please. I don't want overheating the armor repair. Instantly 4 webs just out of the gate. You cannot even move a second without this 4 webs. And I get bumped somehow. Bastion active. Now we'll do some more serious damage. Oh, we're still using Scorch. We should be using the conflagration. More damage there. Just blast away, not really having to think much, just web, grapple, shoot. Everything is in the same range for conflagration, so it's no problem. Oh, who's this red person here? Safety, is this a Safety Corporation? Salvage Rats. Okay, he's someone who I've been doing Triglavian hunting with and just stole my salvage, like one of these destroyers who is friendly with the Triglavian, so he could just chill there, steal my salvage and not take any damage at all. So you don't think he's a ganker? Hopefully not. Come on now. We've destroyed tons of these guys. Isn't it about time the gate opens up? 17. There we go. Volley. That's nice to see. More? Are they serious? How many? Oh, and they decide to, obviously warp scramble you so you can't go to the next room. Oh, that's very annoying. Quick, another cycle. I'm just using the Bastion. I know maybe it's not worth it to use this Bastion now and I just need to destroy a few of these guys. Yeah, maybe it wasn't worth it, but I like the feeling of doing more damage. And it feels so much slower when I'm not using Bastion. So we'll just destroy more NPCs, get more ticks instead. I've been using the Alpha Clone Praxis to do these. It's quite cool. Very good alternative to the Paladin if you're an Alpha Clone. I obviously want to use the Paladin more because it's so much faster than the Praxis, but if I was an Alpha Clone I would have definitely used the Praxis a lot. Let's go. Next room. Destroyed. Come on now, why am I not warping? There we go. Good. Alright, let's get to work. This is the last room. And just blast away. We're going to get quite a lot of ISK from this whole expedition here with all the Crimson Harvest sites. A lot of War Clone Blanks and Overseer Sabikis. Great. And we also get some nice ticks here. I think it's about time the boss comes in now. Come on. There he is. Ooh, see that? We've got more bounties now. Dank ticks. I like that. Almost destroyed. Come on now. Just a few more volleys. He's slowed down so much. Or he should be slowed down so much. Oh, he's getting close. He's doing a lot of damage. Oh, it's because I went out of Bastion. That I was taking quite a long time and I was taking a lot of damage. That explains it. See what we've got here. Anything valuable? No amazing loot. It's just a lot of this basic stuff, which is alright, but no crazy faction loot or really big overseer personal effects that are worth so much. Well, that's some more Crimson Harvest farming in the Paladin. Works really well. Good to find a low populated system to reduce the risk of ganks, but it's pretty smooth. I like this. No competition here though. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go back to Jeet and sell my dank loot. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.